this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's CR6 game. I am Stock Anomaly, joined by the ever so lovely Bucka. We are here tonight to watch pepeGa take on the challenger of the night. We will see who can come out. We're going to get right into the map bans here in just a moment. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Bucka, great to have you here.
Glad to be here.
So as we get into the map bans, we have pepeGa and UTSA going for their bans. pepeGa opting to ban Oregon and Theme Park, while UTSA has opted to ban, it looks like, Consulate, and we will see where their second ban choice is. And it will be Coastline. Now we're going to get into their three map picks. We'll see map 1, map 2, and if we end up going into a decider map, the big map 3. I'm hoping we get some exciting map play. Bucka, what is your thought for these map choices so far on the bans?
Well, start off with Villa, very good map, very good roam heavy map, and there's a lot of different takes that teams can use to get into the site and clear out roamers and all this good stuff. But I'm really excited to see what the other two maps are going to be.
Absolutely. I could not agree with you more, Villa. There's so many options for these teams to pick from, both on attack and defense. We will see Clubhouse as the second map, and Cafe Dostoevsky will be the decider if we make it that far. With Clubhouse, yet again, many different options for both the attack and defense as far as roam setups and attacking, clearing out roamers, working your way through the sites. Cafe Dostoevsky, as it is the 3-story map besides Villa, that's going to be a very interesting one as well as far as roam setups. Lots of clearing will have to be done if one team decides to be roam heavy, but I'm very, very excited to get into these 3 maps. Bucka, what do you think we can expect from these teams out here tonight?
Well, I should seem to expect that there's going to be a lot of roaming, especially on Cafe and Villa, as Cafe has 3 sets of stairs, and then you can transfer from first floor to second floor to third floor really quickly. But we'll have to see if we actually get to that third map. But Villa, once again, a very horizontal and vertical map, as it's one of the larger maps in the map pool at this time. And I think we're going to see some very good plays with roaming and especially good roam clear. And I expect to see some good anchoring as well, maybe some cheeky spawn peaks, but we'll have to see what we get there.
So we are now ready. We have gone through the map bans. We're going to start getting into map number 1, which is Villa. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in tonight. Here we go. This is map 1, UTSA versus pepeGa. Let's get right into these operator bans. Bucka, it's pretty common to see a Thatcher ban coming out as the first attacker ban. What is your bet for these bans tonight?
Well, UTSA being defending first on Villa, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Thatcher ban, but we'll have to see what pepeGa comes out with in their bans when they get to that point. But I'm putting my money on a Thatcher ban here.
Absolutely, as they move very quickly into that ban. Like we said, here is the Thatcher ban from UTSA. Now we'll move on to pepeGa. They will get their choice at an attacker ban. We'll see if they decide to go for some more of the typical comfort bans, so to speak, with maybe a Jackal if they have Jackal excluded from a lot of their operator lineups. What are you thinking for this last attacker ban?
It could be a Jackal, but Nomad might also be a good pick. But of course, going for the comfort of not having to deal with the Jackal when you're on defense. But we'll see if that pepeGa bites them in the butt later in the game. Well, actually, early in the game when they get to the defense, since they do not have the Jackal to clear out roamers and help get rid of them in early attacks.
Absolutely, but I am glad that you mentioned Nomad being brought up. I do hope to see that, as we will see pepeGa with their final ban choosing Clash. Very inconvenient operator to run into, very good at providing intel for the defending teams, and she can be quite tricky with her electrified shield. Well, moving into the final ban for UTSA, and they will opt for Mira. Again, another common ban for Villa. They are defending first, so they do have to weigh the pros and cons of their defender ban, but she is commonly used in the Aviator and game site, watching those walls towards study, but she's taken out of the equation by UTSA, and we will get right into this first round. Bucka, are you as excited for this as I am? Because I'm very excited to see how this goes.
I'm actually very excited. I want to see if Tun, which is a newcomer to the league, I'm pretty sure, if we can see what he can do, as I've heard in the past that he has popped off and dropped a lot of kills early in the game and ended these games early just with his amount of fragging power. Now, I'm really interested to see if he can do that here for us tonight and give us a little treat to watch tonight.
Absolutely, it is a treat. To begin with, we do have the operator selections coming up. We will see as pepeGa is opting to 6 off of Maverick to the Amaro. This is going to be interesting. I'm not sure if they have a pocket strat, and UTSA opting to swap Valkyrie for Vigil, which means, like we were saying earlier, there will be a little bit heavier of a roam game. Mozzie providing that oh-so-crucial intel denial as well as mute. They're going to be looking for these drones super heavy here, trying to make these UTSA players a little bit safer on their roam setup and make pepeGa work harder to clear out those roams. Delay time. We're getting right into it. They opt to choose for Aviator and game site. Let's see what strategy they have for us tonight.
Again, projectile denial with the Jaeger, plus Tun has the 416C carbine, which is a very strong gun with good rate of fire and good damage and very low recoil, which giving someone with his power a very good gun is a great idea. That just turns into nothing but kills.
Absolutely. Having a roamer who is very heavy on mechanical skill and is able to get those crucial frags while the attackers are pushing in, it's key for any team, because as a roamer, your main goals are to either waste time and make it more difficult for the attackers to get on site and prep for that last second push, and the 30-second meta, of course. But if they can get picks along the way, go 1-for-1 even more, that's huge. We will see an Amaru fly in. That's very good pick. Prime from UTSA going down first. We'll see if they can get quick site control here.
That's the mute down. Immediately gets the refrag. Good kill by Easy Money on the Wamai. Taking out Bear, who is the Amaru, who literally just jumped into sight. Amaru's team couldn't get there to back her up before she was taken out. But Tun's going to be playing in couch, watching this master, this double peek. Now, this is a very tight angle to hold. They can go either way, depending who has an ACOG, more or less.
Within the first minute of the round, we do have a pick going out from both sides. Prime going down from UTSA, and Bear being taken out from pepeGa. Shots are being exchanged. Berserk will pick out Tun. That is the Jaeger who is down. Oh no, we have another one. That's Nexon working his way over onto Puddin, and Dove 101 Vigil doing his best to wear these attackers down, getting a great flank over at the bottom of Astrostair, but he will rotate out very quickly, leaving the UTSA team in a 3v2 with about half of the round left. We'll see how these last two attackers manage to push into sight.
Looks like Thermite's going to be exchanging shots. He's down to 20 health. Berserk, with the diffuser in hand, dodges a nitro cell thrown from an attacker underneath. Vigil coming up. Nexon on the Vigil, finally being killed. but exchanging some damage and downing Sosa on the Hibana. Berserk opening up Vault Wall while holding 90, but it is jammed off by the Mute Jammer. Sosa, quick kill on the Ugly Primo on the Mozzie. Now it is down to easy money in this 1v2.
Easy Money is full HP for this UTSA team. He is stationed over in Vault. Berserk and Sosa for pepeGa are both at low HP. Being down by Nexon on the Vigil was very inconvenient for them, but they do still have 40 seconds left. There is time to drone. Sosa is working his way through study right now, trying to find Easy Money, see where he's positioned, and there is 2 remaining attackers left, so if they can manage to pin him down, and it looks like they have, as Sosa will come off a drone, and they're going to push over towards Aviator side. They'll see if they can pin this Wamai down, get a plant down, maybe exchange a trade, as we move into the final 20 seconds here.
Hibana's posted up in default plant. She's putting it down. Thermite holding the angle. Thermite's down. Berserk's down. Up to easy money. P12. Keratos. And does not get it. Sosa clutching up the round of that 1v2. Way to get it done, especially since you're already down to 1v1 with Thermite. Berserk getting down by the Wamai. It's a really quick round for pepeGa.
Absolutely. Very, very crucial clutch from the team. Having that 2v1 situation, while they were in a low HP, both the Hibana and Thermite, they were able to organize a trade, like I was saying. But we can't just brush past that last statement, Bucko. We get the UR and IQ main, but the P12 sometimes is swapped out for that high damage Keratos on the Wamai. It was good to see Easy Money break that out, finish off the round, clutching the 1v, or I'm sorry, not clutching the 1v2, but getting the down onto Thermite and almost pulling that one off. Low HP, just an unfortunate situation being in a 1v2. As we get into round number 2 here, pepeGa bringing round number 1 into a closer. We'll see how they get into a recovery stage for this second round. Bucko, what do you expect to see on this next site?
Well, they showed that they were bringing the Amaru again, which would have been a great strat, but they sixed her out for the Cali, which serves as a Thatcher replacement. But as you said, Keratos, I live by the P12 and I die by the P12. It is my favorite gun in the game. So going back to Aviator games, UTSA is really looking to get this round, get those quick early picks as they did last time. Again, Ton got 2 assists, put some damage down range, but was not able to get the kills. But that is where Nexon came up with the Vigil and flank on Astro Stairs and got those quick 2 kills.
Money's setting himself up with a shield over at the top of main stairs. This is going to put himself in a position to provide a cross for any attackers that might opt to push their way in through study door. But it appears that all of the players from pepeGa have spawned over at Fountain. 3 of them working their way over towards Master Bedroom to try and clear that out. Berserk and Sosa with the Thermite and Blackbeard pushing their way up towards that study balcony. We'll see if they manage to get some study control, start opening walls up onto Aviator in games, but they will undeniably have difficulty getting past Easy Money if he is stationed at the top of main stairs.
Ton playing in statue right now, now falling back to couch, is exchanging shots with the Ash, Pudding. Again, Ton's holding that tight angle on the Master through pretty much 3 doorways, but Pudding doesn't know that Ton has fallen back a little bit. Last time Ton was here, he got flanked from main stair, or from red stairs. Again, holding these tight angles. With good recoil control, you can hold those angles with ease.
We will see Puddin actually make his way into Master Bedroom. Ash opening up that far right side on triple, but Ton will get a pick onto Dove. That is the Zofia that is cleared out now. That is some of the soft breach that's taken out. He's going to work his way over into Astro, see if he can catch Puddin off guard by moving around, keeping his location unknown. Puddin sitting tight on that triple wall. We'll see if there is a gunfight between the 2 of them. Ton not taking any damage from that interaction, but it looks like Bear has taken some damage on the Cali. So that means that they're encountering a little bit of difficulty over taking study side, getting those walls open. Ton falling back over towards double door as Puddin makes his way into Astro, trying to clear this Jaeger out, get rid of that last roamer, and start tightening up that site push.
Ugly Primo uses Nitrocell to try and get rid of the Puddin on the Ash, but couldn't get it done. Ton is still playing a double door. Hopefully waiting for this Puddin to push up. But she's still very scared of that Mozzie, who was recently on the bottom of Astro stairs that threw a Nitro. She actually opened Astro hatch, but he's now fallen back to halfway to second floor. But Bear with the Cali pushing in, getting easy pick onto easy money. That was pretty easy. Here comes the Cali Lance to take out the Mute Jammers. Nitro Cell failed, got stuck to the roof. Another Nitro.
It looks like they have managed to successfully take control of the top of main stairs and study, as we will see the wall be opened up on games. This is putting Nexon in a very difficult location. Berserk getting a pick onto Prime from UTSA. And we have Nexon posted in Vault, Ugly Primo and Ton getting picked on Sosa and Pudding in a 2v3 situation. Bear taking out Nexon, that is Vault that is down. The plant is going down behind Bar. Over in games, we'll see if there's a pick. Berserk will TK Bear. Ugly Primo taking out Berserk. That has got to be an unfortunate circumstance. What happened there? I'm not sure what was going on. There might have been a cross, and he swung in front and just ended up taking a bullet in the head.
Couldn't tell you, but Nexum being a good sport, giving him the nice shot on the TK, but nothing you can do about that.
Unfortunate situation here as we go to a 1-1 at the end of round 2. UTSA definitely had control of that situation. They had the plant down going behind the bar, and they had control of study, but I'm assuming that in the process of rotating out from games, he crossed into the fire that was going on to one of the defenders, and that was just an unfortunate situation, being in a 2v2, having the diffuser down in a post-plant situation, just unfortunate. But we are all even going into round 3 here on Villa.
Yep, and we'll see UTSA opting for the trophy statuary site as they have won Aviator games. Ugly Primo going to be 6-picking off of the Valkyrie onto... Nobody knows. Hasn't selected anybody. May not actually 6-pick here. Pulse! Oh, Pulse is actually a fairly good pick because on this site he can play in kitchen dining and in reading, and be able to provide endless amounts of intel about defenders pushing in from underneath. But Pudding, instead of bringing the Ash, brings an IQ. You can use your electronics detector to see Pulse when his camera is out, which can result in some very easy wall bangs with the camera of Pulse. But Nitrocell can be very dangerous if not taken care of quickly.
Absolutely. It is a dangerous situation to have a Pulse that is in an unknown location, as his heartbeat detector puts the attackers that are trying to get a plant down in a very risky situation. Both floors are soft all throughout Master Bedroom. I believe Closet is the only safe area. Ugly Primo working his way all the way down into basement. He is not playing any games as far as being spotted. He wants to stay unknown for as long as he can. Wait for that late game situation for the plant. Deny it playing time. And that'll be an easy wrap on the round for this UTSA team, as we will see pepeGa working their way over towards Master Balcony. Dub on drone outside of kitchen. He's going to be clearing out any roamers down below. Undeniably looking for someone such as a Valkyrie, or in this case, the Pulse. Watching to lob those C4s, Nitro cells up onto the Master Bedroom floor, picking out the unsuspecting attackers. But he is sitting in art storage and basement, just waiting it out, biding his time, as we're almost a minute into this third round. We'll see how they decide to push. Shots being exchanged between Nexon and I believe Bear out on Master Balcony. He will use up one of his stems as Doc. And another one will go out and bring himself to full HP. We'll see if he ends up keeping that last stem in pocket.
Puddin on the IQ, taking out the Mute Jammers and taking out the utility that is put down by the attackers. Pulse, although in basement, kitchen, and dining are not soft floors. Ton challenging Bear on the Nomad. Gonna get the quick headshot by Bear, and that's taking out Ton. That's a very good gun out early in this game.
Absolutely, but Bear will take just a little bit of damage from that encounter, about a quarter as health. But if you'll notice, Prime has knocked out a hole in the wall. He will toss C4 over and pick up Berserk. That is a hard breach. That is a no-go for this attacking team trying to get that triple wall open, as Bear is going to rotate his way over to Statue Door, getting a pick onto Easy Money. That is Legion down, but Prime will hit an air jab as he rotates in, and Sosa will pick out Prime, putting them into a 2v4 with Bear on extremely low HP.
So right now we got Nexon. There was the Pulse Nitro Cell using the camera to provide the intel. Nexon on the dock. Dove taking out the Pulse. Last one is Nexon playing in Trophy. Gonna get a quick pick on the Bear. And Queen cleaned up by putting on the IQ using the G8. As you can see here, G8, large ammo count, high rate of fire, decent damage. All you have to do is hold left mouse and just keep spraying, and eventually your target will die. But there goes pepeGa to take another round.
Fantastic push. They took their time. They made sure to not let anybody push out. Bringing the Nomad was a fantastic pick. As it is a large map, Nomad is a relatively common pick, often swapped out with a gridlock. Anybody that can slow down those rotates. Ton playing a very aggressive angle over in Bathroom, deciding to swing. He just got caught out by Bear, hitting a headshot first, taking a little bit of damage from Ton, putting them in a 4v5. While Nexon was left on site, he did have the diffuser down in Statue when he took out Bear, but the unfortunate matter of being in a 1vx situation is there's always going to be more. He was pinned down and receiving intel from the other team. Bear calling out to his teammates as soon as he dies to that dock. They're going to have him locked down, covering many angles, and it's just a short amount of time before he is taken out. Moving into round number 4 on Villa, they will opt to go for Trophy and Statuary yet again. We'll see how they decide to adapt their hold this time.
Again, Ton playing the Jaeger with 2 kills and 4 assists. He has yet to get things going with a high frag game. Bear, though, in that last round, scooped up a bunch of kills and got himself up to 5 now. But as we saw, they swapped out the Maestro for the Cage, bringing some shock to the game. And then I'm pretty sure they swapped off, not sure who, but they brought a Sledge. It was Blackbeard's Sledge. So that brings even more soft destruction and frag grenades, which frag grenades always extremely lethal. But I think Tongue should back up a little bit, play a little bit more passive, get in his groove. Nexon running out on the dock, trying to peek. Sophia Dove taking some damage. She's down to about 30 damage, 30 health left. Risky plays. Interesting choice by the dock, but as I said earlier, cheeky spawn peeks. It's gonna happen, especially on Villa.
Yeah, with so many locations that you can look out through windows, have crosses from across the map, multiple doorway angles that Ton was holding earlier as a roamer. It's just there's so many different angles that you can hold. But I believe that they swapped out that Sledge. It was Sosa running Blackbeard the previous round because they had, I believe it was Easy Money who had shotgunned out the top of Triple Wall in order to chuck the C4 over. So bringing that Sledge, having Sosa with those nades, shooting out a hole in the wall above, you can take out those electric claws from Prime. He can electrify all 3 walls with a single electric claw, but having those nades being tossed over the wall, they will have to keep in mind that Ton is on the Jaeger. So it is just a matter of burning utility, trying to get that wall open. Hopefully Berserk is not taken out by a flying C4 and can get this wall open for the pepeGa team.
Ton is playing in Bathroom right now, exchanging shots with Bear and with another outside of the Bathroom window. He is again playing passive but mildly aggressive. He's trying to take some gunfights. He's trying to get these picks with 2 attackers in closet and 1 on the balcony window. Bear's sneaking up here. Bear's gonna peek this here shortly, I believe, which may be Tongue's next kill. They're seeing his shots again. Tongue just needs to calm down, get those shots in. Ugly Primo takes out the IQ. Pudding. ADS burn. Still trying to get rid of this Jaeger. Air jab down. Can't make anything work. Ugly Primo is down to 30 health. Thermiting the wall, but Tongue can't do anything about it. Nexon pushes in, takes out Berserk, and then also takes out Sosa. That is the Thermite and Sledge out. Dove taking out Ton. It's now down to 2v4 for the attackers. It's going to be tough closing out here with 40 seconds left.
This is a dangerous situation for these 2 attackers, as Dove is already low HP, but if he is hit with a body shot, he can pick himself up with Whippy as withstand. He will be down behind the Astra desk. Prime putting shots into the wall as he has gotten the call, finishing off Dove, putting Bear into a 1v4 situation at about 3/4 health. Bear's interaction with Ton was unfortunate. He was getting those ADS burns, trying to shoot some air jabs on the floor, flush him out of the situation. He's going to put some shots onto Prime over in Trophy, but nevertheless, Prime will still land the final shots onto Bear, bringing the round close for UTSA as it is now a round 5 push. Let's see who can get ahead here if we're going to come to an even 3-3 split at the half, but we are a 2v2 or 2-on-2 right now. 2 for UTSA and 2 for pepeGa. That was a nail biter of a round.
Yeah, again, these teams are just trading shot for shot, and they can't really make anything happen. So we're going to have to see if one side or the other can gain a foothold, or if we're going to go 3-3 into the half, which makes the second half of the game even tougher to fight.
Absolutely. It was an absolute seesaw, back and forth for all 4 of these first rounds. Back and forth between UTSA and pepeGa, exchanging shots between the two. Having Ton on the Jaeger, it has done its fair share of delaying. However, he hasn't quite been able to connect a lot of headshots. He is putting out damage, he is connecting, but he's not ending up getting as many kills as I'm sure he wants to. But he has held Bathroom very, very strongly for those 2 statue and trophy holds. I mean, he, like you said, he was playing passive yet aggressive at the same time. He had Bear on the window trying to get air jabs in, flushing him out, possibly exposing him to a shot from their attackers, but he wasn't peeking anything that he didn't need to. He was taking a quick glance, pre-firing the angle that he wanted to look at, getting a little bit of damage, wearing down the attackers, and then backing himself off without completely giving up control.
Yeah, I still believe Tung needs to just calm down, get in gear, hit some shots.
10 seconds left.
When it's getting close to the end of the season here, and every round can
5
count
seconds remaining.
to what actually happens in playoffs. But Bear appropriately being fairly warm compared to everyone else, swapping off from the Nomad to the Ash. Give your people who are fragging stronger guns, let them do the heavy lifting.
Absolutely, I could not agree with you more. If you have a player that typically plays in a more flex role, but for some reason it's working out for them today, they're feeling good, they're hitting the shots that they want to, they're finding themselves comfortable, I say swap them out with another flex player who's not quite having as good of a day. It just benefits your team, putting them in a position where they're able to capitalize on their high intensity and their chemistry that's working on with their other players, getting those shots down range. They're feeling themselves, let them go crazy. We will see shots from Easy Money on the Lamaya stationed at the top of main stair onto an attacker that's trying to push up main stairs. We'll see some Ash charges coming out. I believe that's from below trying to expose this Lamaya. Flashes coming out from that study balcony as we hit 1 minute into this 5th round. Going for the Aviator and game site. We'll see how this UTSA team manages to hold. We have a really cheeky angle from Easy Money, trying to stop these attackers from pushing into study and gaining control of that main area for the walls, making their lives more difficult. Shooting some drones, putting shots downrange to try and wear these attackers down.
Again, there's the IQ. You can hear the P12 just popping off, taking out the utility that the defenders put down. You can see here, taking out goo mines, taking out ADSs. Legion's goo mines can really change around if they are placed perfectly. While Mai is still holding top of main stairs. Ugly Primo with a quick kill on the Bear. That is the Ash out of the game. Bringing it to a 4v5 for pepeGa. Berserk pushes in sight. He's into study, my bad. Zofia exchanging shots. Dove now 25 HP against Easy Money. Easy Money's gonna get full flashed here, which is perfect for the attackers. But
I'm not sure these attackers are aware that he is full blind here, as he has stayed in the same location. Ton getting a pick onto Puddin. He will eventually fall off of main stairs, but the wall has been opened onto Aviator. A little portion of the game's wall is open, providing an angle back towards the back of the bar. We are in a 3v5 situation for pepeGa. They do have the wall open, so that puts them in an advantage. They simply need to get a pick as they push in, get this plant down, but lots of crosses being covered from this UTSA team. They also had the Echo, who was just recently brought back into play. That's Ton getting a pick. Berserk swapping out a pick onto Ugly Primo, and Nexon taking out Dove. A second pick from Nexon, bringing the round to a close, taking Berserk out. UTSA taking home round 5. Just, again, unfortunate circumstances for this attacking team. pepeGa not getting the right picks they want. It seems like they're taking a little bit too much time to actually take control of the area that they want to get to. What are you thinking is a problem for them?
Well, UTSA just got 2 rounds. They're heating up. If they can keep this momentum going, excuse me, they would be able to take it to 4-2, which is very good going into the next half. But pepeGa, I feel like they got picked early. They didn't take out any utility. The Zofia, don't know if she still had her impacts, but could have gotten rid of the shield at top of the main stairs and got rid of the easy money on the Wamai a lot earlier, and that would have made the attack a lot easier.
We will see Bears swap out the Zofia for a Gridlock. That is 2 roam stopping operators that they have now. Nomad with her air jabs. 3 small devices that you can place wherever you would like in order to stop a rotation from a defender trying to sneak up behind you. Maybe push into a room that you would like them to not push in and take a certain angle.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
As well as
as many
Gridlock,
bombs
throwing
as
down
they
her
can.
tracks, covers a large amount of surface area, whether it's on a stair, but we will see them go into kitchen sites for this last hold. This is round number 6. If I'm UTSA, I want to bring this to a positive split. I want to be up 4-2 going into my
Bomb
attack
located
rounds.
by attackers.
If I know that I perform well on attack and defenses are weaker side, absolutely you want to go up. No team wants to be going in behind on a map or in a side that they feel particularly uncomfortable with. But like I was saying, Bear having those
10 seconds
gridlock tracks, I would imagine they're going to be doubling up with this
5
Nomad
seconds
and
left.
Gridlock, both putting the tracks down, causing the defenders to try and make some noise as they rotate up towards where the attackers are upstairs, and then having an air jab as a secondary just in case they manage to make it through without having any sound.
But again, we have Dove pushing up through Fountain, but being very wary that he doesn't take damage from a spawn peek. You can still hear an MP5, although it is not a Daka or a Rook. It's actually Prime with the mute, or it is Ugly Primo with the Lamai. Both having the options to the MP5K. Which just lack the ACOGs compared to everyone else. But it looks like they're opting for a master take and completely taking it upstairs, which explains why they brought the double set of rotation denial, being Gridlock and Nomad. Easy Money's going to be playing a trophy, but here Ton taking some shots on the Jaeger, taking gunfights, being aggressive once more. But Puddin on the Ash is in bathroom, gonna start droning here. But Ton doesn't know she's there. Taking out the sledge. Ton could not get the flick onto Puddin, taken out by Puddin. Bear and Dove are now down. Easy Money got the quick pick onto Bear. It is now a 3v4, a Nitro Cell used. That is more utility that they don't have. Another Nitro Cell does a lot of damage. Easy Money couldn't take out the Ash. Puddin now is down to 20 HP. But still, 3v4, it's not looking good.
Absolutely, but it's still anyone's game. As we are in a 3v4 with Puddin already at low damage, UTSA has given up top floor control, and with Ash still on the board, I'm not sure if Nomad brought any breaching charges, but with Ash there is still some semblance of soft breach that can be done, allowing her to play a little bit of vertical, get some angles onto site, but they do have control of top floor, so that's good for them. That means they're able to start playing vertically. These defenders, at this point, with a minute left, they're going to be trying to anchor. Nexon getting a pick onto Berserk. That is the Thermite who is down. There is no hope for any hard breach left. Sosa and Pudding, they both have to end up pushing into site, getting some picks along the way, because there is no chance of getting any reinforced walls open at this point in time. That is Ugly Primo getting a pick onto Pudding as he pushed into China, but was immediately taken out, taking a little bit of damage on his interaction with Pudding. Ugly Primo's down at about 75 HP, leaving Sosa in a 1v4. Pushing into Memorial, we'll see what cross they're covered as. Ugly Primo tries to flank, but Sosa is ready for it. Swinging around the corner and getting a nice shot onto Ugly Primo. Opening up the door to Memorial, he hears shots coming out. We will see how this turns out for Sosa. Putting shots onto Nexon, that's another kill. He's now in a 1v2. He needs to finish off Prime and Easy Money in order to bring this round home for pepeGa, but he is in the last 10 seconds of the round,
10 seconds
in a lot of danger, with not much hope to bring this one home.
5 seconds remaining.
He just needs to close it out. Missed the shot. Last one is Mozzie. Doesn't get it. Ugly Primo, believer. Sorry, Easy Money. Getting the final kill onto the Nomad. Sosa doesn't get the clutch. Was very close. Sosa actually pre-fired towards Laundry, expecting there to be a cross, but wasn't in the correct position. She did not guess right, and that cost them 6th round, taking it to 2-4. pepeGa not looking too good. Needs to get something working here on defense. Need to get the frags. But we're actually going to see a Yana by Easy Money, which, what does Yana's gadget do, Garrett?
Well, Yana is an operator that was brought in within the past 2 seasons. She has what is called a Gemini replicator. Yana's particular gadget is a regenerating replicator that makes a complete copy of herself that she can use as essentially a human drone. It looks the exact same, it sounds the exact same, and she's able to send her drone into sites that they want to clear out, whether it's for roamers or check and make sure that site is clear, find the last 2, maybe a single roam or a single defender that is anchored on site if you're in a 1vx situation. But she does not take any damage from it. So each attacker getting their 2 default drones to begin with, having an additional set of droning or intel based gadgets, that is huge for any attacking team.
Attackers need to locate
Being able to
and
clear out
defuse
roamers
as
and
many bombs as
not
they can.
lose any of your players, that's huge. I absolutely agree with Easy Money bringing that Yana. She also is capable of bringing 2 frag grenades. So free intel plus explosives, I think that's a win for this UTSA team.
Especially with the really good guns that are brought. But Ton opting for the Zofia, can't really get anything going here. But oddly, pepeGa opts for the statue trophy site instead of Aviator Games. Still a very common site, but not what UTSA was probably expecting out of these guys, unless they did some research ahead of time. But we'll have to see what happens. Bandit electrifying the wall, denying thermites, which primes exothermic charges. Would have to open that wall, but would need those bandit batteries gone.
On the UTSA team, we do have Ugly Primo bringing that Nomad. Like we've said a few times before, Nomad absolutely crucial. Nomad or Gridlock, if you decide to double up and bring both, that's more roam denial for your team. Having those air jabs is crucial. She can get into a room, put air jabs off, and with getting past those air jabs, you either have to waste impacts, a nitro, or you actually have to get through that doorway and hit the air jab, which puts you at a disadvantage as the defender. But we do see Bear bringing a smoke, roaming over at 90. Interesting choice, in my opinion, having him posted there. But they will spot him out. That is Nexon getting a pick onto Bear. Excellent pre-placed drone spot, coordinating the ping, allowing Nexon to get a frag onto Bear. That is a huge defender to have out of the equation. He's a big part of plant denial, but alas, he is not plant denial anymore as he is taken out of the round.
2 minutes left. UTSA finally gets control of Closet, but not Master. Holes open on the floor. Possibly someone playing underneath. Easy Money making use of that Gemini replicator and clearing out kitchen and dining. So they know there's no one playing underneath.
Absolutely. We had that Valkyrie that was played, but Nexon, I don't believe, has found the Valkyrie camera that, as you saw in the prep phase, Dove tossed one underneath of that master bedroom bed, which gives intel for whoever's playing below to lob those nitros up in place of having a pulse, risking him being spotted out by Nexon's IQ gadget, which, having intel, but not that cam, as she has fallen back towards Astro. And we approach the 1 minute marker left in this round. In a 4v5 situation, UTSA has a lot of control, and they are getting tricked off of the wall. Prime is unable to get triple wall open, as we had Berserk zap his charge off the wall.
Easy Money with the frag by the Yana, again, taking out the Bandit. Frag's coming in a big play. I don't know if they know he is down, but they are going for Easy Money. Messed up the second frag and did almost 90, or almost 100 damage to her, leaving her with 95. But Berserk is able to get picked up with the Bandit. Ton, quick pick onto Sosa. 30 seconds left. It's going to have to come down to a quick plant here. Ton pushed in, gets another pick onto Pudding. Taken out by Berserk. Berserk taken out by Prime, leaving it at a 1v4. Valkyrie is playing behind Astro. Dove gets one, gets Easy Money, but Ugly Primo some double doors with a Nomad, getting a quick pick, and closing out the round. Another one for UTSA.
I think that was an excellent play from UTSA. They made sure to take their time. They took control of master bedroom and closet, and they worked their way up at a pace that was comfortable for them, getting picks along the way. It wasn't a super, super high-paced and aggressive amount of gameplay, but they played it smart. They had Thermite in position to get that triple wall open. As soon as his exothermic charge was tricked off of the wall by Berserk on the Bandit, having Yana posted below with the grenades, that was extremely well coordinated in my opinion on the UTSA's part. Having easy money down below in order to use those frag grenades, timing it right, throwing it underneath the floor, and downing Berserk. Excellent coordination. I think as long as they keep this up, they'll be able to bring this one to a relatively fast close. But if you're pepeGa, you're wondering, based on their coordination, we know they're working together, they're doing heavy roam clear, how do we adapt around this? Bucka, how do you think they should best adapt around this coordination of UTSA?
Well, they either need to get some more,
Attackers need to locate
get some
and defuse
picks
as many
with
bombs
your
as they
roamers.
can.
In the last round, they didn't have anybody roaming underneath in kitchen, which kind of cost them quite a few picks because they could have had the nitro cells thrown up there to take out the attackers and master, but UTSA also sent 3 people down there, so it's hard to take a 1v3 or a 2v3, especially if you're being droned out. But back to Aviator Games, pepeGa, their tricks did not work, but again, that smoke that was playing in 90 just got killed immediately, which that
10
doesn't
seconds
really
to
help
insertion.
when you're immediately in 4v5, 30 seconds into the round. But Bear going to be bringing
5
up
seconds left
Doc,
before
Sosa,
insertion.
Mozzie, Berserk, Bandit again, putting Jaeger again,
Attackers are moving out
but
to
Dove
locate
once
a bomb
more
and defuse it.
with the Valkyrie. Easy money bringing in the Yana once more. Bear going for some spawn peeks here. Let's see if he gets one. Looking towards a bit. Just misses the Yana. No hits, no headshots. Because remember, you just need one to get one headshot to get the kill.
Money just barely dodging some shots outgoing from Bear. As we approach 30 seconds into the round, we will see UTSA working over from Master Bedroom. They have a lot of drones out over towards Astra Master Bedroom, slowly and methodically clearing this out. They're looking for the roamers, which that is put in on the Jaeger as he's sitting over by Trophy at top red, catching all these drones, trying to take out their intel as he works his way back to 90. Prime spotting him out yet again before he loses his drone. Nexon down both of his drones. He's going to be in a difficult situation here, not being able to provide intel for his team. Just over a minute into the round, Tun has already worked his way up towards the top of Reddit couch. We'll see if he is going to have a gunfight with Puddin over at 90 as he is spotted out. We're going to watch these guys slowly doing a roam clear, but Bear is there, aware of that position, taking out Tun at top red and couch. He's got an excellent angle from this aviator door. That was a huge pick taking out Sophia. That's a lot of soft breach and utility that has been removed from this round.
Yeah, again, Tun last round got 2 kills and they got taken out, but that is one round like that and then all of a sudden you're heating up. Prime is playing double door and Primo is actually looking down towards first floor. Bear using a cheeky angle through the floor created using his secondary revolver. Still holding here in Aviator, but the attackers not in study at the bottom main stairs. IQ Nexon. Here's the nitro cell rip. Backs up a little bit. Doesn't know what's gonna happen. Berserk sitting there ready at the top of main stairs, waiting for this IQ to push. But
It's an
45 seconds left. 45 seconds left. Not a lot to happen.
Not much has happened. They do have easy money on the Yana again, lobbing those grenades from down below, trying to catch anybody that was lurking over in Vault. That is a flash that goes out, and it is completely Brian Nexon. I'm surprised that Nexon didn't go over underneath 90 to try and catch Valkyrie and look below. Puddin getting a pick onto Prime, but Bear is downed as the Doc. We'll see if he's able to res himself, but he will be taken out by Ugly Primo. Nexon as well is down. Easy Money getting a pick onto Berserk. That takes the Bandit out of the equation. Easy Money with his second kill of the round on Sosa. We are in a 2v2 situation. Dove taking out Easy Money. Approaching the last 10 seconds. We'll see if this plant is currently going down. If they're able to hold this, both defenders sitting at 90. Nexon sticking this plant over behind vault wall. Shots coming out from Dove as he pushes up. They're going to try and work out a trade, but shots being exchanged between Dove and Ugly Primo. No one will go down just yet. We're in a post-plant situation for pepeGa.
30 seconds left on the diffuser. Still a 2v2, even though UTSA is very low health. They know one's in study and one's at the top of red stairs. But Valkyrie's playing on the diffuser, going for the defuse, faking it. Jaeger gets taken out by Nexon, and Ugly Primo cleaning up Dove. Nexon took out Pudding on the Jaeger. But again, very well played. Way to play your life there, UTSA. Very well done. That is pretty much textbook. But Pudding was sitting at 90, killed the Thermite, and you took out Prime on the Thermite. Had the diffuser down, but wasn't actively holding it. And Nexon on the IQ was able just to run up, grab the diffuser, and run back into sight for the plant. They extend the round out for the round win.
We did
and the clutch.
have some interesting things that were happening. I'm not sure if it's just me, Bucka, but I do have a little bit of technical difficulties here, and yeah, I'm not sure if anybody else is having the same problems as well. But there were some interesting plays going out from the pepeGa team as they had a post-plant situation. We'll see what's going on with this next round.
Berserk opting for the Vigil here. Vigil's ability is actually very, very useful in roaming, as when he turns his ability on, he's actually invisible to drones. Although they have a proximity bars going up and down along their screen, showing that they're close to a Vigil, but they can't actually pinpoint where he is. But this might actually be very useful, because when he's vertically up and down below the drone, sometimes the bars are still there and sometimes they're not. But opting for another Aviator Games, looks like they're going to go for a little bit heavier on the roam. They might be able to get one.
See, we will have something important to note with the Vigil. Is Vigil's gadget is strictly vertical.
10 seconds to
So
insertion.
something that was outlined in something was, I believe it was a Coconut Bra video, where he showed a position on Clubhouse that Vigil was able to sit over in logistics room on top floor, that when drones would move past it, because he was at a certain height above the drone, he was unable to be spotted while using his utility. So, if there's a spot that Berserk is able to sit that is out of the vertical range of these drones, that's going to put him at a huge advantage. I'm unaware of any spots that are like that on Villa. But he is going to be working his way around the kitchen. We'll see if he's able to rotate up through Astro, catching any incoming attackers off guard, as it looks like we have an attacker that's getting ready to repel on Astro window. Bear rotating his way around through Trophy, but as you can see on screen now, you just saw on Ugly Primo's drone, Berserk's gadget showing those vertical lines of the Vigil, letting the attackers know that there is one that's near.
Bear holding a bullet hole peek pretty short towards Astro window. Doesn't know that Zofia snuck up. Ton is going to swing on him. Ton with the quick headshot on the Bear, taking it quickly to a 4v5, but the Vigil is still at the bottom of Astro stairs. Someone playing at 90. Berserk might have to. He's not. Yes, he is now first floor, the bottom of red stairs. Ton is now pushed into couch. Ugly Primo following closely behind. Dove is actually playing at 90, which could be a very good cross. But Puddin actually took damage very early in the round during the ref phase, I'm pretty sure. Ton drones him out. Quick headshot by Ton onto Berserk, taking it to a 3v5, and that is a double kill for Ton.
Absolutely. As we pass the halfway point in this round, UTSA in a fantastic position. Ton with his third on the round, but Dove will trade out Prime, putting them into a 4v2. Ton has been on an absolute heater this round, getting great shots. You'll see another set of great shots over onto Dove. Putting Puddin in a 1v4 situation. He will trade out Ton, but Nexon there immediately with the refrag on Puddin. As we finish up map 1, 7-2 on Villa in favor of UTSA. That was a spectacular show by both teams on this first map. What do you expect to see in the outcome of this next map here as we move on?
Well, Ton started heating up there at the end of the map. In that last round, he had 4 kills. All he had to do was take out the Jaeger to get the ace, but was unable to as he was melee and barbed wire to get rid of it. And I would really like to see Ton and Nixon power up some even more and get a bunch more frags. But for pepeGa, they just need to get more important frags and more important kills moving towards the next map, which we will have to see if they're able to adjust to this and make these things happen.
Absolutely. Ton and Nexon both with double digits on the board. Ton started off a little bit rough with all those assists he was dishing out with a total of 8, but he was able to get his feet underneath of him and get rolling, pushing past the pepeGa team, bringing home a 7-2 at the end of map 1, putting them down into a 0-1 situation underneath UTSA. Excellent work from both teams as we move into the second map. So we will be right back. Don't go anywhere too far, as we will step away for just a short moment as we get ready to go into map 2. Thank you again for tuning in tonight. I am Stock Anomaly, joined by the ever so lovely Bucka. We'll be right back.
When the lights go down, I've seen hell in you, but you don't care, no, you don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. going on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are back for map number 2. I am Stock Anomaly, joined by the also very, very lovely Bucka. We're going into map number 2 on Clubhouse, UTSA versus pepeGa. UTSA will start out on attack. They are up, taking home map number 1 on Villa. I'm excited for map number 2. Bucka, what are you excited about for this second map?
I am ready to see the absolute frag fest that is going to ensue because I believe now that we have one game, 1 hour warm up, which you usually have the first map to be your warm up, and then from there out, nothing but perfect headshots and high speed gameplay. Clubhouse is going to be a lot of killing, I can tell you right now. I feel like Ton and Nexon are just going to heat up and just take the cake, and it's going to be a quick map here.
Absolutely. As we have seen a fantastic battle from pepeGa and UTSA so far tonight. First map going to UTSA 7-2. We are excited for this Clubhouse map. Like I said, UTSA starting out on attack, and we are working our way into the ban phase right now. We will see who they decide to take off of the playing field for this map. Let's get right into it. We'll see. The first ban for pepeGa is Jackal, with the Jackal ban being UTSA. My first thought process is that we're going to have to look for some heavy roaming here, as this is a relatively large map that can incorporate a lot of roaming. That's going to be a crucial piece, so I would expect some Nomad or Gridlock to counter that. we will see UTSA taking Thatcher off of the board for their attacker ban, and we will swap off to defense. Bucko, what are you thinking for these defender bans here?
Well, with the Thatcher ban, that's very interesting, as they're attacking first, and if they're going to leave Thatcher on the board for you, you might as well try and use him. But I know a lot of stacks have transitioned to not even using a Thatcher regardless, so that he's just automatically banned anyways. For defense, I expect a Mira or an Echo right there. Echo recently bought back into play due to glitches, and he is a very good ban because he is plant denial, he is intel, with an MP5 and an ACOG. That is automatically suppressed. It is built into the gun, but it actually performs better than the regular MP5.
Absolutely.
Now,
Plant denial, that's huge. Banning Echo, that's a fantastic pick. But we will see pepeGa banning Mozzie. You gotta wonder if that's a target ban, because they were playing a lot of mute Mozzie combos for UTSA. That's an interesting choice.
yeah, Ugly Primo was really using the Mozzie extremely well on their defense rounds, and he was getting work done. He was stealing drones, and he was denying drone areas. Plus the mute, a big impact, makes it very hard to get any intel on the site itself with that mute Mozzie combo.
Absolutely. Not having any intel to get on the site, that puts you in a very difficult situation as the attackers. But like you were saying with the Thatcher ban, you do have Maverick and Callie that are in your playbook as well. You can send an IQ, but you have to clear out lounge down below, or clear the area below, wherever it is you decide you want to send this IQ into to clear out the electronics. But they do have Maverick. He can use his crucial blowtorch to start opening up these walls. Maverick trick, scare that bandit off the wall, which will be played by Sosa. But Berserk, 6-picking from Smoke to the Kaid, as they will have a backup form of Hard Breach Denial. We're going to get into round number 1. Let's see where they decide to defend
protect
first.
your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Be a cache CCTV hold, which I'm really interested to see is that UTSA didn't even opt to bring any, I guess, serious hard breach like Thermite, who literally opens a huge hole in the wall. But if you bring a Mav, you can cut a line across the reinforcements at the top and bottom, and you could actually Mav trick it, which all that does is take the reinforced portion and break it off the wall,
10
leaving
seconds
it
to go.
soft, actually. And that's going to be very interesting because they
5
opted
seconds
to
left before insertion.
straight up go for the Mav trick instead of any other form of
Attackers
opening the
are
wall.
moving out to locate a bomb
So
and defuse
we'll
it.
have to see how well that goes. There's not many ways to counter it, but we'll have to see if there's any runouts that happen here when he gets into position to Mav trick this wall.
Absolutely. And like you were saying with countering, the only real
Bear jumping out.
Operation.
interesting play from Bear, as he will go 1-for-1. Bear taking out Ton. Easy money there for the immediate refrag. But back to the Mav tricking. On this particular map, you can Mav trick, but it's a very difficult situation because the only real way to counter it is to peek. But if you have Maverick working on the wall, like you just saw here, is you're going to have a defender working his way back on Repel. So he's going to break that line in top, Puddin getting a pick onto easy money. That is a Vigil taking out their Yana. That is no nades except for this Thatcher and Maverick left. Puddin not taking any damage from that interaction. Nexon's going to be watching that window, being very careful for the run out. Here it is, here's that peek. Sosa going for the prone peek, but deciding the better of it. Berserk getting a pick onto Prime.
But that early pick on a Ton, that's a very strong fragger out of the game, especially with the Zofia. Bear actually opted for the Foe 12. Berserk taking out Nexon. That is the sledge out of the play, leaving it down to Ugly Primo in a 1v4 with the Havana. Brand new elite skin coming out. She's still on the roof, weighing her options with a minute 40 left. This really didn't go the way UTSA expected, and I really think that they're going to have to stop and just think, okay, how did we die? How are we going to not die next round?
Slowly. It's
Bear with the
definitely
Foe
not
12.
ideal.
Bear with a semi-automatic Foe 12 shotgun. Cost him a lot. Ugly Primo with a pick onto Sosa, trading out 25 HP or so, bringing it to a 1v3 with a minute 10 left.
Excellent shots from Ugly Prima as he's going to double flash this window, opt to hop in, but Puddin with the cross onto that server window, jump in, bring it to a close. That is round 1 in the books, going to pepeGa. Excellent shots from Puddin. that's really not the way that you want to start out a map for UTSA. Falling for the
really,
jump
no.
out from blue stairs, that is a textbook peak. That's something that they have to keep in mind. But they were able to get an immediate refrag, so there is a little bit of positive to it. So we're gonna have to go into this second round, and like you were saying, they're asking themselves, how can we adapt to this? What do we do wrong, and how do we fix it?
Yeah, but again, I want to hear what was going on in UTSA's comms when all of a sudden a window breaks right next to Ton, and then you just hear 12 gauge buckshot just flying at you. Bear facing or showing that he's picking Pulse, 16 onto somebody else. Probably gonna go for the LFO 12 again if I would see. Which, very strong. That shotgun in any range can pretty much do quite a bit of damage. 16 to the Bandit for the shock. They're actually going gym bedroom, second floor. Which is a very, probably,
Attackers need to
in some
locate
teams'
and
eyes,
defuse
the
bomb.
third site in the cycle you would want to take. But no one ever goes bar stock because it is just very, very hard to hold. But with Bandit,
Absolutely.
Bear, Dove,
Going
and
to
the
this
Valk-
tertiary
location of a
site
bomb.
for this defense, oftentimes you're going to see a cash hold, which is what they're setting up for here now. pepeGa, they're going to do everything that they possibly can to hold this cash side, because opening up this wall towards construction allows you a long angle onto both gym and the master bedroom windows in case there is an attacker that decides to jump in. What we'll expect to see here are
10
some
seconds to
rotates
insertion.
being opened up, which gives them those lines of sight shortly.
5 seconds to go.
I would imagine that since they're doubling up on the electronics now, they're going to have Berserk replace
Attackers
his
are
so
heading
that
out
they
to defuse
can
bomb.
allow Bear, I'm assuming in this
Defender
case,
has
to do a
left the
run out,
designated staging area.
but it's going to
Defender
allow
has
him to burn some utility before he ends up having to trick this wall.
That was a very risky run out and a very, very good throw, but I believe Tom was sitting there waiting for that knife to come and hit him. They might have joined him out, they might have just known that he tries to do that sometimes, but I would assume that they're opting for a master bedroom wall breach by Hot Tub.
They are going to double up on the hard breach this round, which gives them a lot more options as far as clearing out sites and doing a multi-directional push. They're pairing up the Cali with Thermite just to try and get this master wall open, but Bear's all over the wall, not going to allow them to get this, so we're going to have to see how they adapt to this tricking being on the wall, which in this case, Ton is going to work his way to the window and try and get this electronics up the wall, but he's going to be directly challenged by Berserk, who will get an excellent shot. That's Sophia off the board. Like we were
That's
saying,
not something you
that's a
would
lot of
see.
utility off the. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of utility off the board.
Normally you wouldn't see Zofia losing to a Cade, especially at that position. Nexon pushes up main stairs, takes out Berserk, gonna be downed by Bear, but the Thermite's gonna get the wall. Can he get it off? Bandit tricks the wall. Great job by Bear. But I believe he only has one more battery left along with that one, but Callie is out of her lances, so she can no longer get rid of that. And it is now down to a 4v3 in the favor of pepeGa on defense.
So we passed the halfway mark in this round. Walls haven't been opened. You haven't gained control of the site. Sosa getting pick onto easy money. Now in a 4v2, UTSA has to figure out how they're going to get around this. pepeGa is gaining a lot of momentum. They're swinging a lot of angles, getting super confident, winning a lot of gunfights. On UTSA, they have to wonder how they're going to get around this because they're making some small mistakes, not getting immediate refrags this round like they did before. It's a difficult situation, especially being in a 2v4 here.
Look at Primo pressuring up onto the logistics hatch. Prime probably droning him out. 50 seconds left. They have to make something happen. They can't just sit here and stall. No one's playing by logistics though. Prone drops into logistics. She might have been silent for that one, but looks like the Valkyrie Dove is going to be pushing up main stairs. But Jaeger, Sosa was waiting for it. Probably heard the drop. Last one, Prime, baiting on the hatch, just waiting for somebody to peek him. Waiting for someone to be kill thirsty. 20 seconds left. I don't think pepeGa is going to be trying to push for the frag here.
15
I think they're
seconds
just going to wait
remaining.
it out.
Absolutely not. Prime sitting
Hey,
on
my
half, he's
words,
going to put some
immediately.
shots on Dove. If I'm UTSA here, I'm going to want to use this time to discuss with my team, not worry about pushing for the frags. I want to figure out how we can adapt to the mistakes that we're making. Nothing's gone away so far. We're down 2-0. We're not getting hard breaches set up. We're not getting walls open. Trades aren't going out as quickly as we want to. We need to adapt something. So, as we get into round 3, they did win the tertiary site, which is technically not the site you're supposed to win on defense, so that's an even more difficult situation for this UTSA team. They really need to figure out how they can get around this defensive setup, get frags. On Villa, we saw them doing a lot of very, very basic drone work, moving at a slow and steady pace, being thorough with their work. I'd like to see them do the same thing here. It appears that they're just pushing in, not moving as methodically and efficiently as they were before. I'd like to see them bring that back and start doing this here. They do have 4 rounds left before they swap at the half. Let's see if they can bring this out and recover from these first 2 rounds that they made some small mistakes on.
Yeah, Bear 6 picking. We'll have to see who he picks to, but I want to give a kudos to pepeGa. Bear bringing the alibi. We'll have to see if she brings the brand new and improved ACS 12, but pepeGa actually is doing a very good job here because they came from being down 2-7 on the map, I believe, and that's a pretty hard defeat. Now you have to come back and play map 2, and you open it up by taking 2 rounds. So that is very well played, but they're pepeGa's opting for a Arsenal Church hold, which is one of the sites that is most commonly played again. But I'd really like to see what happens here. Puddin' 2-0 right now, getting those roaming picks, but no ACS 12 from Bear, even though I wish there was. I love that gun. It's such a joke nowadays, and it's just even better.
As entertaining as that would be, I do want to wonder the thought process for pepeGa behind that alibi pick. You have 2 intel operators that you could have used. You had the Pulse with his heartbeat scanner. That's free intel, as well as the Valkyrie. Again, more intel, assuming that Nexon doesn't use his IQ gadget to spot those out or track down the Pulse. If I'm on defense holding basement where I know there's going to be a lot of vertical play from this team, you have to wonder why they're not going to take that intel. But Ton swinging out, getting a pick onto Bear, and Alibi is now taken off the board.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Pretty nice 6 pick there, if you ask me.
I'm not sure what they were thinking there, in all honesty. I think that the Pulse was the better pick. I mean, am I wrong with that?
I agree. But Nexon, talk about 35 damage in that engagement. But Nexon actually didn't know she was there in the bottom of the oil pit until after she took damage. So that's very well played by Ton to get the immediate damage backwards. Pudding taking out Ton up in master bedroom. That is the Zofia off the board. IQ, Nexon swinging, missing shots. Pudding still manages to get the next kill. That's 2 for Pudding right now. Bringing it to a 4-3. Very well played by Pudding to turn this round around immediately, giving them the advantage.
It's almost like they were listening to what I was saying as they started getting more slow and methodical with their roam clear, trying to find these defenders that are moving off site. That was just a fundamental error. Nexon missing his pre-fires, not having his aim in the right spot. That puts Puddin in a perfect situation to take out those attackers, taking out both Ton and Nexon, taking out intel, taking out utility, leaving him still on the board in order to cause chaos and rotate around this map, trying to catch these attackers off guard.
Especially when you don't even take damage as well.
Absolutely. No damage being taken. That's rough for UTSA. As they approach the 1-minute marker left, they're definitely feeling the pressure. There's still a roamer on the board. They haven't taken control of site, but they are in control of first floor. But I might be eating my words here as Puddin is rotating his way down the red stairs over towards lounge. He's probably going to get a gunfight with Ugly Primo here, as he's undoubtedly hearing him moving around over by stock.
They got him on drone. Actually, he does not, because his ability is active. Exchanging shots with Primo. Primo taking damage, but Pudding dodging the bullets again. A little matrix here. Callie, easy money, is pushed into Moto, but immediately taken out by Berserk on the Cade. Very well played by Berserk. Leaving it down to a 2v4. Prime pushing into sight. Quick pick onto Sosa. Didn't know he was there. Berserk gets the immediate 3-frag. Last one, Primo. Primo was actually being pinged by the alibis, and that did help them know where she was, but Puddin almost missed her by being blocked by the sight that he has equipped on his K1A carbine. But that's 3-0 for pepeGa going into round number 4. Very well played, and that means CC and Cash is now unlocked and allowed for play again. So we'll have to see how UTSA adapts to the second cycle of sites that they'll have to play.
Running
What
the
do you think?
same
What do you think
loadout-
they're gonna do?
I think at this point they're down 3-0. Like I was saying before, they're asking themselves, what can we do to adapt around this? They were moving a little bit more methodical with that roam clear. They just were missing shots. That's the unfortunate part of the game, is sometimes you end up missing. Happens to the best. But now that they're on the second rotation of the sites, they're able to see how did they defend this the first time, and how can we adapt to this. They had the Ella run out the very first round. There is no Ella on the defensive loadout this time, but I'm sure they're going to be a little bit more mindful of these runouts and peaks as they are in the same site. But back to what I was saying, now that they're on the second rotation, they know how this pepeGa team held it, so they're going to be wondering, how can we counter what they held? What are some different angles that we can open up? What are some different spots we can take control of? Maybe we can try a completely different push than what we did before. We tried to get this wall open in Mavtrick. Maybe we can try and work our way over from Master and Jim. If I'm in that situation and I know that's how they held it the first time, I'd want to throw them a curveball.
10 seconds left.
Changing up what you're doing and how you're playing it is very important. pepeGa doing
5 seconds
very
remaining.
similar to what they did last time, so they UTSA can kind of assume what
Attackers
they
objective
brought,
is to
who
locate
they
a bomb
brought,
and
and what's
defuse it.
actually happening. But it's actually kind of funny. UTSA is actually all 1-3 as a team, which means each one got a kill and then has died all 3 rounds. So we'll have to see Sosa doing some quick 360s on green box, vibing, hanging around, having a good time. They're up 3-0. There's time for that. I think they can do what they can do. So Mav opening the wall, burning some flashbangs, barricade breaking. Might be a run on our nitro cell. Done probably immediately on that and take some shots at that. But Prime is going to be getting the wall open with his exothermic charge. Mav's blowtorch, ton. Good kill on the bear. That's the Jaeger off the board. Nexon taking a lot of damage there, down to about 35 HP left. But Zerk's going to be playing on garage stair. In garage, probably opting more towards cat. Possibly going to run out here.
As we get a minute into a round, that was an interesting play by Nexon, putting that last little blowtorch hole on the wall to possibly scare Sosa off of a trick. Personally, I haven't seen that before. That was a very interesting play, but he was able to take a lot of damage from the Kaid up in rafters. Easy money getting an excellent frag onto Sosa. That's Yana using those excellent grenade throws, probably working her way down below as she is in stock, lobbing grenades up onto the floor. That's going to be over in Cash, but she's going to be caught out by Berserk as he rotates down to red stair, falling back immediately, trying to get himself back onto site, keep himself alive. Clutch up as we hit this halfway point. Tun getting a pick on to Dove. Tun has worked his way into site completely unharmed. I'm not sure how he's gotten away with this.
Still 100 HP, a minute 15 left with the double kill. They no K's at the top of red stairs.
Attackers activated.
Impacts being thrown. Immediately taken out by Berserk. Good pick on the Ton. That's Zofia up the board with only 25 HP left. Pudding still at full HP though with the Vigil. But now it's a 3v2 in a 1v1, or in a close plant scenario. But Nexon is just going to clean up the board. Berserk, Pudding, quick easy kills with the Maverick. Using the trusted M4 assault rifle. But that is what UTSA needed right there, is to get some early picks, get the wall open, and take site. Ton, very proud of the aggression there that he brought. He just took site. He was in sight. No one knew he was there, and easily took out Dove, challenged the Cade, couldn't win the gunfight, but that is exactly what needed to happen, is that they just needed to get into sight, and pepeGa, too much roam game, pretty sure that bit them in the butt a little bit there.
I completely agree there. It was the fact that they let this UTSA team push into sight almost completely unchallenged. They had the wall open. It was an excellent decision from UTSA to get themselves into a post-plant situation while there are still people that are off-site. They had C4s being thrown from down below. That's a clue that at least one is off. They've had a vigil run by Puddin every single round, so yet again, you can count on that roamer being off-site. But
Attackers need to
Being in a
locate
post-plant
and defuse
situation
as
for
many
them,
bombs as they
where
can.
you're in a positive player count, you're up in a 3v2, 3v1, whatever the count is. Excellent, excellent play from them. Nexon just being in the right spot, having the right crosses covered. Great play by UTSA. I think that's exactly what they need in order to get themselves back in the game mentally.
Yeah, very well played. Berserk and Puddin taking the top right here. 7 and 5 kills, respectively. And Ton and Nexon rocking the 3 kills. They both had a double kill last round. Exactly what they needed to do. Exactly how the fraggers was to frag.
10
Can't ask
seconds
for
remaining.
much more from them. But going back to Cash CC is
5 seconds left
pepeGa
before insertion.
going for a similar hold. Pretty sure all of the same operators.
Attackers' objective
So
is
we will have to
locate a
see
bomb and defuse it.
what they do differently and how they adapt to this.
Reloading.
We're going to see Easy Money putting shots onto Garage Door, as it looks like it was either shot or prepped for a potential peek, but no one was there at Bottom Garage playing off of that peek. Just being a little bit cautious after that Elo run out from first round. Nexon very rapidly making his way up to the wall. He's going to start working his magic, trying to help this team get this wall open as fast as possible. As we have these entry players working their way into stock, trying to clear these roamers out, but shots were coming out from top red through that drone hole. Nex is going to take a lot of damage from that one. Those are shots coming out from Bear, I believe.
In an appropriate
Bomb
response,
located by
Nexon's
attackers.
just throwing a frag grenade through the hole, but he took some damage off the shock. Now he's down to about 25 HP, but we'll see if Thermite can get the wall. Berserk, good shot on the Nexon from Cat 2. Very good shot. That's the Maverick off the board. Now it's just down to Thermite to get the wall open, but Ugly Primo with Abanas opens himself up. Berserk and Ton exchanging fire. Ton took a little bit, Berserk took a little bit of damage.
By taking Nexon out of there, not only had he already used one grenade, but you're getting rid of another instead of explosives. Taking out someone that can help open up these walls. That's a big pick. They do have the wall open. Ton getting a pick onto Berserk. That is giving them control of Garage. We're going to see if they take control. Bear getting a pick onto Prime, and Easy Money yet again. Throwing those nades as Yana from down below. Excellent timing on the grenade. And he's going to rotate off, trying to get some picks. Someone is stationed watching for this bandit. They had him droned out before, but he didn't rotate it out. Bear has not moved off this position yet, playing it super confidently, but Easy Money is going to rotate out, as Ton has probably given him the call that they have control of Garage. We'll see how this plays out, as he is at the rotate at 90, pushing his way up into sight. Dove will take Ton out as he rotates in too early, and Bear getting a pick onto Easy Money, putting Ugly Primo into a 1v3 situation with just under a minute left, and he will be taken out on sight by Dove. Well played from pepeGa.
I think they could have totally had that there, but Ton got taken out. Didn't need that to happen, and then I believe that Bear was going to take out Easy Money as he snuck in through Garage. I think he had a second thought of like if he should go towards the breach or if he should go Garage. That right there, I think that hesitation, if he would have just went, all right, I need to go Garage, he would have been already up the stairs before Bear would have been able to even enter Garage at that point in time. But who knows?
We're going into round number 6. This is the split round. We will see if they go into this 5v1 or 4v2. UTSA looking to get another round on the board. They're not completely washed out, but they are undoubtedly looking for this round, bringing themselves back closer into the game, as pepeGa will opt to go for Basement and Church. Keep sticking with the Ela this time rather than the Alibi. We'll see if they end up 6-picking on either side, but it's not looking that way. Valkyrie providing that crucial intel to her team. Yet again, I'm surprised they're not going with a Pulse. I feel like he is a vital pick for this basement hold. I think he can do so much for this team, but we'll see what pepeGa has in store for us, opting not to pick that Pulse. They do have Kaid for those hatches, electrifying, keeping their Hibana off the wall, but they do have a triple hard breach. So they are not going to be playing any games as far as getting these hatches open. They're going to bring everybody that they possibly can.
But the Ela, Bear back on the Ela with the nice elite skin that was recently added. She has the faux 12 once again. Well, let's see if Ela can find her sister Zofia and see if they exchange shots, and if
5 seconds to go.
Bear can give Ton a nice jump scare once more. But we'll have to see how well she plays with this shotgun instead of the Scorpion. It's a very good SMG.
Absolutely. We're moving into the attack stage of this round. Round number 6, UTSA looking to put themselves further into this game. Basement hold. pepeGa has got to be feeling good about themselves after this. They have played so much more confident than they did on Villa. Bear is posted where he was inside garage storage. He did jump out here first round, but this UTSA team has been prepped for it every single time. Traded him out first round, but they're going to be looking for these roamers. Hopefully they're moving as slow and methodical as they did. Ugly Primo joining himself out, but Puddin is waiting over by Strip. He's going to be looking for these attackers. He's just lurking, waiting to get the right rotation in time, but nothing eventful has happened yet as we are hitting the 1 minute point into the round. 2 minutes left. Not much has happened so far. I don't see any breaches being open. No hatches closed off yet. Berserk does have this kitchen hatch electrified. So we'll see how they get around this. If any C4s are going to come out. We do need to get some soft breach play here. Bear is working his way into freezer though, so they're going to have to take control of kitchen here. This will be a difficult situation for UTSA, but they are moving very methodically. They're doing a top-down clear, it looks like it, so we'll see how they end up taking out these roamers, or if they're able to exchange some trades.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem, is that they have a minute 30 left, and it's still 5v5. You have Ella playing Freezer and Vigil playing in Strip. Now, they know the Vigil's there. Oh, never mind, he's using Billiards, exchanging shots immediately. Easy money with the Ash, taking an easy kill on the Pudding, taking out the Vigil. They still don't know that Ella is in kitchen. Now, if they want to go open this hatch, they're going to have to challenge this Ella. I still believe that Ella can easily rock 3-4 people with that magazine alone. Now, Habana's getting some hatches. They're still not pressuring towards this kitchen hatch. But Nexum is pushing down to basement main stairs. Easy Money is droning him out. And it looks like they're going to pressure. But
Bear has gone completely unpunished here in kitchen. He has the perfect position to be able to rotate, but there's so many attackers that are upstairs. I'm not sure he's aware of this, but you have 2 attackers that just dropped into Moto. He's in prime position to rotate around behind here and get some shots onto these attackers that have made their way into Moto. He's gone completely unpunished. Nexon getting a shot onto Dove that was sitting behind Church, trying to get a cheeky angle. Ton picking off
Bear needs to make something happen.
There it is.
One
Here's
for
that
Bear.
rotate.
2 for Bear. Priming Easy Money, immediately taking out Ton, taking out Sosa, leaving the Ella. Mav gets blasted with buckshot for a triple kill for Bear, but Ugly Primo with the Habana, stopping her rampage, not letting her just wipe the floor with the Foe 12. That was a perfect flank. I think Bear should have done something a little bit earlier in the round before his entire team got wiped when they pushed. So a little bit of misplay, but still very well done by Bear getting the flank. Good frags, not important frags.
Like I said, he was in the right position, and you worded it perfectly. It was a bit of a misplay, but he still managed to get some key kills. Unfortunately, it was a matter of this UTSA team just not locating him and pinning him down that allowed Bear to go completely unpunished in kitchen. They didn't even bother to get the kitchen hatch. They simply went for the stock and Moto hatch over by Bar on first floor. Just completely ignored that kitchen hatch. No vertical play was done to get angles onto Arsenal. Nothing to look over towards crates and dummies. That was a bit surprising, but we are at, yet again, another 4-2 split at the half. Map 2, this one is in favor of pepeGa as they are up with 4. UTSA beginning their defense in cash and CCTV, opting for the double hard breach denial with Cade and Bandit, same as this pepeGa team. We'll see how they decide to hold this, swapping out one of pepeGa's defenders for Maestro.
Cade is actually bringing, or Nexon on the Cade is bringing a different gun than what the other team, Berserk, chose. Is that he would take the AUG A3, which is essentially a 9mm variant of it, but he brings a TCSG, which is essentially a shotgun that fires slugs, same to the ACS-12, but has an ACOG, so it more or less fills the role as a DMR with a lot of destruction. So it is very interesting to see that he chooses this over the 9mm AUG. But Ton's going to be playing on blue stairs as they begin their clear. Sledge is opening up the wall, preparing for a Mav trick. But we'll have to see what Bear can do here. Now, the wall is shocked, so to cut the bottom of it, I'm pretty sure he has to shock himself at least a little bit, which isn't ideal.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Here you go, the bottom line of the map trick, but he's actually doing it a little bit differently to allow his team to counter peek for him. But Puddin taking a little bit of damage. 2 minutes left in the round. We'll have to see how this works out.
So next to getting the first pick onto Puddin, he will take a little bit of damage in that exchange, as he has gone pretty much unpunished over here in Catwalk. We'll see if he's able to get a peek onto Bear on this rappel. Nothing yet, as they haven't managed to get this wall open. He's going to ping out the spot that Maverick has messed up on. He didn't completely get the top of that wall. Now that the defenders know that, they're going to keep an eye on. They're going to try and see if he gets greedy. He just catches a glimpse of his gun. Not sure if he's going to get it. There it is. He's going to get that spot that he messed up, but they're in a difficult spot as they have passed the halfway point. They do have Sosa running a Blackbeard on rappel, watching through those peek holes. No one has opted to jump out just yet. And we're past the halfway point. No huge action has gone down. If I'm pepeGa, I'm wondering, how can we get this pace up? We're moving too slow. We need to get something going here.
Ton has literally sat in blue stairs the entire round. He has not moved. He's holding the same angle. This man probably has a campfire set up in a tent already, waiting for something to happen. But Blackbeard's gonna make something happen. Bear takes out Nexon. Quick headshot. That's the Cade off the board. Ton falling back, not wanting to engage Sosa on the Blackbeard. But Bear pushes in Master, immediately taken out. Ugly Primo with the Valkyrie. Nice little shot. The MPX. Berserk playing in Master.
He tried to get that refrag, but he wasn't in time. Ugly Primo playing that very smart and rotating right away. Not trying to get too greedy on the kill, but he will be droned out as Berserk is going to work his way into construction. They did have that thought process. Them rotating over towards Master and Jim shows
Bomb located
that
by
they're wondering,
attackers.
we've messed with this wall, we gotta get this fixed. We need to make something happen. We gotta get momentum.
15 seconds.
Ugly Primo
15
is
seconds
gonna
left.
jump out. Nade's
50 seconds
being
left. Ugly
popped.
Primo is outside. Oh my god.
Wow.
What just happened?
That was a chaotic turn of events. Ton rotating off from his blue stairs hold up main, back behind these attackers. Excellent flank play by Ton, but oh my god. What
Okay, so
what happened? It went from incredibly slow pace, no action, to all of a sudden explosions everywhere. Chaos is askew all over construction.
pepeGa might have just got Thanos snapped, but I'm not sure. They might have just gotten Thanos snapped. But Ugly Primo was literally laying on the ground outside construction, getting pinged, so they knew she was there. So as an attacker, and you're sitting there looking outside, and then you have an attacker that you can see pretty much have wall hacks
I'm
on.
not sure what he was hoping to accomplish there.
I'm not
He
sure
just
either.
jumped out, dumped shots through the window into construction as they knew they were there, and just laid down and waited.
But Ton, very good 2 kills, and beautiful flank. I mean, after sitting in the same spot for 2 minutes, I think you would want to make something happen. But very well played.
Absolutely.
Very, very well
Undeniably
played.
getting bored over on those blue stairs. No one pushing me. No one's gonna try and come below and play vertical. Screw it. I'm gonna go and rotate around. I'm gonna try and make something happen. I'm not doing enough damage and I'm getting impatient. But UTSA bringing around home. Excellent work from them as they hold off on site, going for this basement in Church and Arsenal this time. It looks like they have the same loadout as the pepeGa team. Pretty much the same. Yet again, I wish I could talk to these teams. No pulse. What is the deal here?
Well, Pulse is a good pick, but then again, if they bring the IQ, you can kind of just stare at him through the floor,
5 seconds.
and you can kind of call out and wait for the nitro cell to happen. Because once it is thrown and airborne, IQ can see it and then can just tell everyone else to scatter in random directions away from wherever the nitro cell is being thrown. But then again, Pulse can also get bopped in the forehead by IQ if he holds still for long enough and IQ can get a shot onto him. But we won't be able to see that nice little interaction that Ubisoft has graced us with. But Ton is going to be playing in cash, Pudding just gets dropped by Ton. Ton gets a double kill. Sledge and Pudding, or Sledge and Dove, both, I can't talk today. Pudding and Dove easily taken out by Pudding.
We're in a really difficult situation for
my goodness.
this pepeGa team. I mean, Ton has done so much damage, putting them into a 3v5 not even 30 seconds in. Already putting some damage onto Sosa, breaking one of his shields. This is already working out to be one heck of a room for Ton. Let's see. I'm curious if he can do any more damage or if he's going to just rotate off of this. But Sosa being ready for this peak, playing it super aggressive, but he downed Sosa, getting it into a 2v5, wasting an impact. Nexon coming up to provide some support. Wow.
Triple kill for Ton. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Bear, quick pick on the Nexon. That's a Jaeger off the board. Ton is out here with 26 HP left in a 2v4. He could probably go for the ace here if he wanted, but he might not have the HP to do it. So we'll have to see how well they finish this out.
We have Crumbs in chat saying, I guess you could say he wasted a ton of time.
I am done here. I don't like
Excellent
this.
work. Great work.
That's number 4 for Ton.
That is
Bear
his
dropped. That's the
round.
map off the board. Last one, Thermite. Can he
He's
get the
got
ace?
one left. He's got one left. He knows he's getting shots exchanged. He's calling out to his team. He's in bar, but Berserk is full HP, no damage. Ton at 25, possibly 30. I want to see if he can get it. I'm rooting for Ton. I hope he gets this as he swings it.
Oh,
and he
and he
trades it out
trades!
for the ace. Ton.
Beautifully
What
played.
a round.
Attaboy. See, this is what I was looking for, is just the highly aggressive gameplay, the beautiful headshot. This is what I wanted. That right there, that's what I wanted to see.
This is spectacular play from UTSA. Starting it off very, very rough. They had me in the first half, I will admit. But Ton, absolutely staggering gameplay. Great performance in first game, finishing off with 11 kills and 8 assists, and now coming in with an ace in round number 8. That was spectacularly played. But we are going to see the gym and bedroom. This is the tertiary site. Opting for the castle and Jaeger. I would imagine they're going to double up on the gym windows. They're going to try and protect this bandit, keep him alive at all costs. While they do have a Mav and a Therm, if you can waste utility over on this gym window to keep that bandit on the wall as much as possible, that just wastes time on your part. I think UTSA is playing this one perfectly.
But here's this pulse that you've been whining about not bringing, but not on the site that you want. He's actually being brought on Gym Bedroom, which is very good, but we're actually going to see all 4 FBI SWAT operators being brought today. Ash, Thermite, Pulse, and Castle all have been chosen for this game. But, I mean, UTSA, I hate to say it, but Ton is UTSA right now. He is carrying their team right now with the amount of frags that he's just dropping. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see how pepeGa tries to cool them down. 13 and 6. This man's got ice in his veins. He's got ice in his veins.
Ton on an absolute heater on map 2. Clubhouse UTSA versus pepeGa.
5 seconds remaining.
Back to your Pulse comment. Ugly Primo, I could not agree with him more. I think this is a spectacular decision on his part. You have a lot of soft floor on this site. If you're thinking about the most typical and the most textbook pushes for the gym and bedroom site, almost everyone is going to be concentrated on either the balcony or that cash.
Oh
play.
no.
He is going to be peeking out from the balcony. He's going to get picked.
And that's the Ash off the board. Sosa. Oh no.
There you go. He's already gotten his pick. He's got these attackers worried now that he's gotten their team has got a call from Sosa. They have a pulse. We got to find this guy. So now that's more time that they're going to waste. 4v5, 30 seconds into the round. All he has to do now is stay alive and deny this plant.
Although Puddin is still alive. Puddin is still alive with the IQ, so he's not invincible and invisible. They could use Puddin to come find this guy and easily take out the pulse. But we'll have to see what happens and how this plays out. Because it looks like Mav's trying to trick the wall now. Easy money, having to work around it. Might not be able to get the bandit trick. Will not be able to get the bandit trick due to the holes that Mav has created.
There it is. They're watching that punch hole. Berserk getting a pick on the Ugly Primo. He got a little bit greedy on that dirt peak. It paid off for one, but he was traded out by Berserk. Prime already taking some damage. The wall is open, and we're at the halfway point in the round. So this is still anyone's game. This is anyone's game for this round. I'm curious to see how they.
Castle's getting a little bit of haircut. Bear's in. Bear's in. Takes out easy money. Puddin takes out Prime. There's the G8 at work. Getting a little cheeky little punch with Bear at 1 HP. Gets another pick on the Nexum. That's a nice headshot. Ton heating up. That takes out Dub with a nice headshot. That's for his 14th kill. 3 left. Berserk going for a plant here. He takes out Puddin with a nice headshot. That's a double kill. Let's see if he can clutch this one up. 1 HP in a dream, maybe. Berserk at full HP and Bear at 1. Anything could take out Bear right now, but
Got the attacker watching him rotate up, but he
doesn't get the headshot in time.
Excellent
Berserk.
attempt from Ton. pepeGa opening up this wall, getting a plant down, holding the post plant angles. Well played.
Beautiful.
The issue for me with that hold is that UTSA, they had the right idea, they had the right setup, but it was a matter of Ugly Primo getting greedy on that pick. If he had kept them in a 4v5 situation, he retreats back to Billiards area, over by Strip, he can sit underneath and provide intel to his team. He doesn't need to get kills. All he needs to do is scan and provide intel for his teammates. His teammates can do the rest. If they miss their shots, that's on them. At that point, it is your job to rely on your teammates. You need to trust your teammates and finish this round off. Unfortunately, they also lost the wall. That's another difficult part. That gives the attackers line to sight. Putting angles onto master bedroom, also having that entire bathroom wall soft. That was a critical mistake, in my opinion.
Agreed. Prime almost got wallbanged, and that would have made it even harder for them to take a site, even though Puddin literally walked in and just buzzed him down regardless. But really what changed it is that I believe it was Bear on Maverick last round. He literally appeared at the top of main stairs and got a pick that allowed Puddin to push in and then cleaned up from there. But he also had a very nice pick onto somebody in construction. Pretty sure it was Nexum. But then again, this is where UTSA has to pick up the slack where Ton cannot carry as hard as he can. But Berserk and Bear also dropping 11 kills, kind of carrying the team. As I said, Clubhouse, very frag heavy map. Usually the roamers pop off here, and this is where they get all the kills. But UTSA opting back for the cash CC site.
10 seconds left.
Pretty sure they won this one last time, so we will see how they change up their strategy to get this one done.
Absolutely, you are correct that they did win this the first time that they held it, simply wasting time. They had Bear on the Maverick. He was unable to trick the wall and get the wall open using his soft breachers. That was a critical error. That wasted about half of the round time. Ton,
So
back to
Ton going back to his blue stairs. Let's see how long he sits here this time.
We'll see if he gets some soft setup over here. Looks like that they have Puddin working his way over to the window. Shots were getting pre-fired out by Ton. Back to last round real quick. He had the right idea, getting the pick on to whoever was sitting behind the bedroom and master bedroom. Just immediately drop a construction hatch and rotating. But luckily Berserk was watching his angle. He knew that he might rotate. Just holding it as a precaution. Having your secondary attackers sitting over and covering the angle that someone just died from, or at least re-peeking it. I think that was the right play by Ton. Just unfortunate timing. We're gonna see some flashbangs get thrown out here to try and burn any ADSs or magnets, but there is nothing left. Burning the electronics now that's on the wall. We're gonna see Berserk make his way up to the wall. Just pre-cooking a grenade to try and bait, but he will get impact tricked off the wall, I believe.
Yep, that was an impact from the Maestro. Prime, very well done. That takes out one of the thermite charges, but they have to relocate where they put the second charge, and they do get the wall open. Bear holding a very tight angle on the top red stairs, but these Maestro cams providing a ton of intel. They can watch breach without actually having to even peek it, but with nobody dead right now, this could turn out to be a very bloody gunfight really quickly. With a minute 20 left.
We do have shots going out onto Prime. That's Maestro taking a lot of damage as Puddin has worked his way up towards blue stairs. Ton rotated off over towards bar at the lobby, at the exit of lounge. We'll see if he's able to get a big flank off like he did last round. He ended up rotating to main stairs and catching their construction push, but they didn't have the wall that round, so I would expect him to wait. He just catches a glimpse of the IQ. He will swing around, downing Puddin and finishing him off. That's another pick for Ton. He's been doing a fantastic work. Dove getting a pick onto Prime. Nexon getting a frag onto Bear, but someone is pushed up to catwalk window. That's Nexon getting another pick. That's his second on the round. He is just sitting watching this breach. They are now in a 2v4. pepeGa is down. Nexon using his stem. And Dove made his way into sight, getting picked off by Ton, leaving Sosa all by himself. It's Sosa versus the world. We'll see if he's able to pull this off with 30 seconds left on the round.
That's one. Let's see if we can get two. Sosa only has about 20 HP left with all the attackers on full. he's probably gonna die to Ton, who is prone at the top of red stairs. Unless he gets flashed. 80, yes, that flash did not go off. That one did though. Ton with the pre-fire, even though he was blind, I'm pretty sure. But
Sure, he
very
was
well
blind.
done.
They had excellent crosses
Nope.
set up on UTSA. They had another defender that had worked their way down below. I'm not sure if you caught that. Shots came through the floor at the end as the Ash pushed into sight, putting shots down towards red stairs, but they had all the right crosses covered. Excellent defense from UTSA, and they're bringing it to 5v5. This match is to get, this round is to get to the hill. Let's see who can bring it up, get themselves in position to take this second map home on Clubhouse. This has started off rough for UTSA, but they're sending a message to this pepeGa team. You may have gotten us down 4-2 at the half, but we're not done. We're not finished with this. You may have gotten the advantage, but we're still a contender in this match. We want to win this just as bad as you. We're going to see who wants to win it more, who has the skill to win it more as we move into round number 11.
Yeah, a Ton. Again, I'm pretty sure he's on to kill 18. That was his 18th kill there. This is, yes, this is Ton's game. This is his map. He is doing all of the damage he needs to do to close out each and every round. Even with an ace in this game, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's feeling himself right now. He's vibing. He's probably the happiest guy right now, especially being able to bring it back to 5-on-5. Next round takes it to match point, and then we'll have to see if we go into overtime. We'll have to see how well UTSA can hold Basement Arsenal once more time.
I agree that Ton, he has been having one heck of a game with 18 kills.
10 seconds left.
This game, as much as people would like to think that it's frag based,
5 seconds to
this is a
insertion.
team based game. That is why comp is so entertaining to watch. We see how each of these 5 players brings their own unique skill sets to their team and brings it into a nice wrapped present. And Ton has been doing exactly that. He's using his mechanical skill, he's using his prowess on his roams, and he's just doing as much damage as he can. He's wasting time, getting picks, and that's huge. That's allowing his team to stay alive longer, anchoring on site, and protect the objective. Because if he can manage to stay alive and provide those crucial flanks, get a pick along the way, waste some time, he's doing his job correctly. That's what we like to see from Ton. He's working his way around strip. I want to see if he can do as much damage as he did as the last time that they tried to attack basement. We're almost at a minute into the round. IQ bringing their gadget out. There it is. He has been spotted. He's not going to take any damage though. So we know that the Vigil is over in strip. That's going to be put some shots down range, calling out to his team. We got to get rid of this guy. But Ugly Primo will find the opening frag onto Sosa. Soft Breach has been taken off the board, but we still have a sledge, so there is still hope for vertical play.
But Ton still playing in strip. Took a little bit of damage from the IQ, but again, that is where the very nice interactions. Mav, I believe? Nope, Berserk taking out Ugly Primo. That's the Thermite. Ton getting dropped by Bear on the Maverick. That's all the roamers off the board. Probably going to be transitioning now to opening the hatches, opening vertical, making it pretty much hell to be on site at this moment.
We are in a 3v4 as we pass the halfway point. We're going to see Bear start working his magic on the hatches, trying to get those open, but they do still have Berserk who can open up these hatches if possible. Dove working his way around kitchen, trying to get some angles onto the defenders in sight. He will get shot at by Prime, who is sitting back behind the racks in Arsenal. No C4s have been tossed out yet. I would like to see some counter peeks here, but the defenders are playing it smart. They're holding the right angles, and I was wrong. That was Nexon that was in deep Arsenal who's shooting out at Dove. As we have 45 seconds left, the attackers have to be feeling the pressure to start getting on the site here.
Bear and Berserk dropping Moto. Nitro still being tossed out. Nexon drops Bear. That's the Jaeger playing in Arsenal. Very good shots. But Thermite still in Moto. One bottom main stairs. We'll have to see if... Yup. All attackers are now in basement. Berserk getting dropped by Easy Money. That's the Legion. Nexon get another kill on the Pudding. Last one left. Bottom main stairs. It's going to be Dove on the sledge. It's a 1v3. Not looking too promising. Cade's very happy there. Easy Money. Good pick on the Dove to close out the round. To take us to match point. 6-5, UTSA in the lead.
Yet again, another excellent hold from this UTSA team. They've done a spectacular job bringing themselves back from being down 4-2 at the split. I'm very happy with what I've seen so far.
Yeah, they're currently 4-1 on their defense rounds, even though they went 2-4 on their attack rounds. So if they're able to close out one more, that's 5-0 straight, pretty much, on their... Well, sorry, yes. It'd be about 5-1. When that would be all of the rounds.
Can math. That would be 5.
Bucka cannot math.
That would be 5 crucial rounds for this UTSA team if they are able to take this match right here. And that will put us on map 3, Cafe Dostoevsky being up next. Let's see if UTSA can bring it home. I'd like to see them do it 6 picking easy money, taking the Bandit and swapping it for the Cade. It looks like they decided to not double up with that electronics denial. So
pepeGa using
my personal opinion, I think that they're having that internal discussion amongst themselves. Hey, having this Bandit on the wall, we're putting ourselves at risk. They brought a Maverick every single round that they want to open this wall up. I really don't think it's worth the risk of bringing him, having him close up to the wall, and risking getting counter-peeked.
Agreed. But the thing with Cade's Claw is that you can actually go underneath, place a claw in bathroom on first floor, and still shock these walls up top. But pepeGa 6-picked a very strong operator. She picked Ying. She swapped off of Ying onto Ying. Utilizing the 6-pick behind the Ying.
But we do have Tun, who has brought the Jaeger yet again. So if they're going to try and utilize Dove, it's just basic fact. They're going to have to bring these ADSs if they want to utilize Dove's Candelas, get him into sight, get him doing some entry work, and taking out these defenders. So we'll see if they're actually able to utilize him. Now that they are on Gym and Bedroom yet again, we'll see if they're a little bit more mindful of the pick that Ugly Primo had his pulse from Dirt Tunnel. And it looks like Sosa's going to be keeping his eyes on that one. So since they fell for that, they're definitely going to be paying more attention to it. Tun and Nexon working their way back and forth between construction and cash. They're going to be holding that as best they can. Let's see if these attackers on pepeGa are able to get this wall open. As we approach 30 seconds into the round, no picks yet. No walls have been opened, and Bear is making his way up to the wall. We're going to start seeing some action here in just a second.
Real quick, we're just going to talk about what Ying, who's being played by Dove right now, Ying's special ability, her gadget that she brings, she gets 3 Candelas that when they're detonated, they shoot off, I believe, 8 flashbangs in different directions that actually, I believe, blind for a little bit longer than normal flashbangs, but she can literally flash an entire room and then push into sight and take out anybody, and she can actually not be blinded by her Candelas. She has a special pair of glasses on, but Bear getting a nice pick on a Prime. What angle did he have?
He was
probably shooting for the drone hole.
Drone hole. For those that do not keep up with Siege, Ubisoft decided that they wanted to give Ying some more Candelas, bring back her smokes, which utilizes a meta from earlier on in the game's history, where you would toss a bunch of smoke grenades, toss all those Candelas, blind everybody on sight, move in, kill anyone you see, plant, and then just get the heck out of Dodge. But back to where he was peeking from, he was looking through the drone hole. They didn't reinforce that bathroom wall. Legion is going to be picking, but peeking from main stair. Ugly Primo is going to take about half his damage from that peek. And then Easy Money swinging out from that door with a great shot on footing, catching the head, but he will take a lot of damage from that. Bear working his way into bathroom, and he swings for his second kill onto Easy Money. He's now traded out. It is a 3-all, but he'll get his third as he swings Ugly Primo on main stair. They do have control of sight, but Tun is going to swing in and catch Bear and take him off of the heater that he was on. It's 2v2. Berserk's getting the plant down, but he backs off of it for whatever reason.
Tun's still in play here. They don't know the construction. He's peeking. Ash is currently in bathroom. That's Sosa. Sosa rotates around, takes out Nexum. Last one, Tun on the Jaeger. Can't get it done. That's pepeGa taking round 12, taking us to overtime at 6-6. Now, for overtime rules...
The right idea from Tun. I'm sorry to cut you off. It was the right idea, but he couldn't connect the shots onto the Ash at the end. 3 speed, small hitbox. It's a difficult situation, but he was able to stop the plant. They had the mute rotating up from main stairs. It was right idea, right mindset, but just couldn't connect those shots, and pepeGa was able to clutch it, bringing it to OT. Back to the overtime rules.
Back to overtime rules. You have to win 2 rounds from 6-6. So you have to win at least 2 more rounds, and it is randomly rolled to whoever defends first. And it looks like UTSA is going to keep defense, which is very good because they have the momentum there in defense. They have Ton dropping all of the kills in the world, and we're going to see if they can close it out here. Ton dropping 21 kills right now. He is 21-9. He has double the next closest person. Next him with 9 kills.
He's having a heck of a game.
Yeah, Ton's popping up.
If I'm his team, all I want to do is I want to keep feeding him that momentum. I want to put him in the right position to keep doing damage because, like I said at the beginning, if you have a player that's putting in work, they're making things happen, don't kill the momentum. Let them keep going, let them keep doing their thing. And that's exactly what Ton's doing. They're putting him in positions to get those frags and put their defenders in a better position on site. But since UTSA did get defense, if I'm pepeGa, I'm a little bit concerned because they have been such a powerhouse on defense so far. I have to wonder, how can we get past this team? They have been almost an impenetrable brick wall on defense. Ton running rampant, tearing this attack team up on his roams, whether it's Vigil or Jaeger. He's been doing spectacular. So we have to wonder, how can we get around this? As we get into the attack phase, we're going to see how they do it. We'll see if they continue with their same attack strategies, trying to get these walls open, flushing out at a methodical, slow pace, see if they can drown everybody out and get rid of these roamers.
Next to him actually has a very tight angle on the stockroom door and lounge from up in catwalk and garage. Now, that room is used quite a lot for vertical play, but with no Buck or Zofia being brought by pepeGa, there's not much use for it. Easy money, just a quick shot through the map hole, taking out Bear. Next to him on the dock, taking out Puddin. That's the IQ and the Maverick off the board. Now they're just down to Berserk to get this wall open, but they don't have any way to get rid of the shock, which this makes this round a lot harder to win.
I will disagree with you there that they don't have a way to get rid of the shock. They do still have Sosa, who can go down beneath and lounge, use her Ash charges, try and open up those floors. But that requires more time, which they do not have much of it. As we approach the halfway point, Dove is going to work his way over into construction as Berserk is going to try and drone his teammate in. Right now, pepeGa is in a 3v5. They have to be wondering, we're at halfway through the round. We've lost our hard breach. We've lost our electronics or intel player. How do we get around this? On construction wall, for those of you that are unaware, you can shoot out a hole in the top of the wall. They can get some grenades over the wall if they had them, but Bear is no longer in action. Sosa is getting a pick on the Prime. Ugly Primo catching a great C4 onto Dove. That is
I'm getting flashbacks. I'm getting flashbacks from the last time they played this site. Ton, great flank, 2 kills, closing out the round.
Absolutely.
Again, Ton is still... Ton is just on fire right now. You can't stop this man. They need to figure out a way to stop him with this next defense round, but I'm not sure if they're going to figure out a way. But let's go back to round 1. Bear, Foe 12 on the Ella.
You were immediately on rotating. That was very reminiscent of their earlier defense rounds where Ton knew that they messed up the wall. They had to rotate up through main stairs. Yet again, we saw it in this round that was just played. Rotating at the right time. They had calls that they were opening up construction wall. Fantastic C4 going out onto that Ying. That takes her out of the action. She's no longer able to push in, being immune to the flashes. That puts the defenders in an excellent situation. Well played from UTSA. I'd like to see them bring it home in this round, take it to map number 3 on Cafe, but we will see Bear swapping Valk out for the Caveira. That will pose a potential issue if UTSA is not able to flush these roamers out.
I was actually looking for Bear to swap back to Ella with the Foe 12, because if you're pepeGa right now, what do you want to do? Okay, how are you going to win this next round? Alright, stop Ton from killing us. How are you going to do that? Take him out. How is one of the ways you took him out? Using Ella in a 4-12 and literally trading 1-for-1, making it a 4v4, but taking one of their most powerful fraggers off the board. Now, that was 13 rounds ago in round 1 when that worked. So I would have gone for it again. But Caviera, with her interrogation powers and her
10
silent
seconds to
step,
go.
probably an equally powerful choice, but we'll have to see if we're
5
able to
seconds
find
insertion.
if she's able to find an attacker who is
Attackers
spread away and
locate and
far
defuse
away
the
enough
bomb.
from all of the rest of the team that she can get interrogation off.
Absolutely, that would be an interesting turn of events to get a interrogation halfway through this. That would be spectacular for the pepeGa team. I'm sure they would love having free intel and a kill on the board, but we are going to get our way right into this attack round. We're going to see Nexon working his way up to the wall right away, working his magic on the wall. Hopefully they're able to get the wall open this time without messing up, and we're going to hear that signature sound of the top of the wall breaking. All we have to do is get this bottom, send a soft reach at it, and you've got free lines into sight. But he is in danger now with that hole being opened up.
Surprised no one's counter peeking him right now.
He did successfully get it off. He just needs to send his Zofia, shooting her impacts from her lifeline, and she does so. Now, as we pass the minute mark, Easy Money getting an excellent kill onto the Caveira. That is their roamer that is out of the equation. They just have to worry about Puddin. Ton getting an excellent shot onto Berserk. He is cleared out of the catwalk. Nexon, great shot onto Dove. It's a 2v5 as we are not even halfway through this round yet. I think they just need to push site here, get control, but they do have the Jaeger sitting at top red. Sosa putting shots out, but he'll be taken out by
Doesn't matter. Tun's just going to drop him. 1v5, Puddin left. Now let's see if you can bring back what Tun did in the ace. But
It's
I don't think it's
the world.
promising.
Prime putting down the plant. 1v5 post-plant situation, and he will be taken out by Ugly Primo. Flawless round for UTSA as they will bring home map number 2, bringing the series to 1-1. Excellent work from UTSA.
2-2 or 2-0. UTSA won both maps.
Sorry, that is 2-0. I
UTSA.
clearly can do math. I can do math as well.
Wow. We're smart. I promise you guys. We're smart. So that's UTSA winning the series. 2-0, 7-2 on Villa, and 8-6 on Clubhouse. Ton finishing 25-9.
Absolutely spectacular way for Ton to finish that out. 25 kills. His team has got to be ecstatic right now, bringing home not only a 2-0 win on tonight, but also being able to put one of their powerful fraggers into an excellent situation to perform and show off his skill. Great teamwork from both sides all around. Neck and neck for the finishing half of both of those maps. Very, very close. Excellent gameplay from both teams.
Yeah, map 2, I have to say, that is perfect content. That is exactly what you want to have stream. That is exactly what you want to watch, because that is such a great matchup, especially, as I said, absolute slaughter back and forth, nothing but shots, man. It was a very tight game, and I'm really glad. So we're actually going to be bringing in Easy Money from UTSA to have a little quick interview post game.
Hello.
Easy Money, thank you very much for joining us today. What a spectacular performance that you had from today. Started off a little bit rough on the second map, but you guys were able to bring it back home. I'm sure you have to be ecstatic.
Yeah, I really am. Like you said, rough at the start, but yeah, it's a defensive-sided map, I feel.
I agree with you there. I got a question. Round
for it.
one, Bear was on the Ella with the 4-12.
Oh my god.
What was your comms like as Ton absolutely got slammed?
I don't know if
next
you
Tuesday.
spectated my POV, I was just stunned. Like, seeing Ella just blast him immediately. I refragged him luckily, but I was just like, what the hell just happened?
We saw your spectator point of view a little bit, and you kind of just stand there just wondering what happened.
Yeah,
as
it was
Ella
just
and
like,
Zofia
oh my
just
God.
threw each other at each other. So
It was something. That was so unexpected.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I was expecting that to reappear later in the game, but
We were
instead
like,
they dropped
after
the
that
cap.
one time, we were just like, nope, never again. We're all gonna keep an eye on that.
So that was something that I was saying, which that leads into my question as well, is that when you guys were down after having such an aggressive showing from pepeGa within those first couple rounds of your attack phase, what was going through your mind as you're down 3-0? What are you guys thinking to yourselves? We've gotten run out on. We're not getting a lot of trades. We need to work on something. What was your key to bringing that back to 4-2 at the half?
Honestly, we just had to talk it out. Like, get really recouped. I think maybe that was the round where we had 2 players left and we just kind of like stalled time, and then just to kind of use that to recoup. Like, hey, I think we should try a certain kind of strat, right? Like, we need to push these or hold these kind of angles and push this kind of way.
Absolutely, and it looks like that talk worked. You guys brought it back from 4-2 to bringing it home 8-6. Spectacular showing from you guys tonight. That was great play from both sides. You guys had the advantage on first map. You guys had the back and forth on the second map. That was an absolute caster's dream. Spectacular showing from both teams.
I think second map
agreed.
came down to a ton.
Oh yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Ton just deciding that these 5 defenders or these 5 attackers, I don't like them. I'm just gonna make them all go away and just click on head. So
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on that?
Dude's a beast. Like, playing with him this is my first semester playing with him, and dude is just literally insane. Like, it's not his first time dropping a 25 bomb. So
Yeah, I remember recently he dropped I think 25 again against Baylor a couple weeks back, and
that's right. Yeah, it was against
that was
Baylor.
very very good gameplay from him. But I mean, there's not much more you can ask from him.
Hmm.
But thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Quick, a few questions, but that was very well played by Ton and very well played by you guys.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was easy money from UTSA. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. UTSA bringing it home 2-0, closing it out in OT on Clubhouse. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I have been Stock Anomaly, joined by Bucka. Thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a fantastic night.
Eyes in the sky.